Look, be honest with me for a second. You get paid, you check your balance, and for a brief moment, you feel like you're finally ahead. And then, somehow, by the end of the week, it's gone. Not on anything crazy. Just food, subscriptions, random small purchases, maybe a few I deserve this moments. And now you're sitting there thinking, wait, where did all my money actually go? If that sounds familiar. Yeah, that's literally most people. And here's the thing, it's not that you don't make enough money, it's that you're missing one simple rule that quietly separates people who stay broke from people who slowly, almost invisibly, build wealth. My name is Gorge, and I spend way too much time thinking about how small financial habits quietly shape your entire future. If you're someone who feels like you should be saving more money but somehow never do, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're talking about something ridiculously simple, the $100 rule. And almost no one uses it correctly. Section 1, the problem nobody talks about. Here's what most people don't realize. We don't fail financially because of big mistakes. We fail because of small, repeated, invisible decisions. There's actually research from behavioral economics showing that people underestimate small daily spending by up to 2 to 3 times. Meaning, if you think you're spending $10 a day on random stuff, it's probably closer to $20 or $30. That's not a discipline problem. That's a psychology problem, because your brain treats small purchases differently than big ones. Section 2, the $100 rule. Explained. So here's the rule. Simple. If something costs less than $100, you don't overthink it. If something costs more than $100, you force yourself to pause. That's it. That's the whole rule. But the power isn't in the number. It's in what it does to your behavior. Section 3, why this actually works. Look, your brain has 2 modes. Fast, emotional decisions, slow, rational decisions. Most of your spending. Fast mode, impulse, convenience. It's not that much. But once something crosses a certain threshold, like $100, your brain switches modes. Now you start asking, do I actually need this? Is there a cheaper alternative? Will I still care about this next week? And this is where it gets really interesting. Because wealth isn't built by cutting everything. It's built by creating friction at the right moments. Section 4, the math that will wake you up. Let's break this down with real numbers. Let's say you don't follow the $100 rule, and you make just 2 impulse purchases per week over $100. That's $200 per week. Multiply that by 52 weeks. 200 times 52 equals $10,400 per year. Now, invest that instead at an average 8% return. After 10 years, that's about $150,000 from just not pausing before spending. Let that sink in. Section 5, but it's my money. Now you might be thinking, okay, but it's my money, I should enjoy it. And yeah, you're right, this isn't about becoming cheap. This isn't about never spending. It's about spending intentionally. Because here's the difference. Broke people spend automatically. Wealthy people spend deliberately. Same money, different behavior. Section 6, the psychological trap. Here's what most people don't realize. Your lifestyle quietly expands to match your income. This is called lifestyle inflation. You get a raise, your spending increases. You earn more, you upgrade everything. And suddenly, you're making more money than ever. But you're still broke. The $100 rule breaks that cycle because it forces you to question upgrades. Section 7, real-life scenario. Let me give you a simple example. You walk into a store. You see a jacket for $140. Without the rule, you buy it. With the rule, you pause, you wait 24 hours, and suddenly you realize you already have 3 jackets. This one isn't that different. You only wanted it in the moment, and just like that, You saved $140 without trying to save. Section 8. Why most people fail. Here's the frustrating part. Most people hear this and still don't apply it. Why? Because it feels too simple. People think, if it worked, everyone would be doing it. But that's exactly why it works. Because almost no one has the discipline to follow simple rules consistently. Section 9. The hidden advantage. This is where it gets really interesting. The $100 rule doesn't just save you money. It rewires your identity. You stop being someone who reacts and become someone who decides. And that shift, that's what actually builds wealth long-term. Section 10. Upgrading the rule. Now look, once you master this, you can scale it. If you're earning more, make it the $200 rule. If you're just starting, make it the $50 rule. The number doesn't matter, the behavior does. Section 11. Combining with investing. Here's where things get powerful. Every time you don't spend that $100 plus, you invest it. Let's say you skip just one purchase per week equals $100 times 52 equals $5,200 per year. Invested at 8% for 20 years. That's about $250,000 from one decision per week. Section 12. The delay trick. Here's a practical step you can start today. Any purchase over $100, you wait 24 hours. No exceptions. You'll be shocked how many things you don't buy after that. Because impulse fades, logic stays. Section 13. The subscription traps. Look, it's not always big purchases. Sometimes it's multiple small ones stacking up. $12 here, $9 there, $15 somewhere else. Before you know it, you're spending $100 plus per month on subscriptions you barely use. Apply the rule here too. If total subscriptions cross $100, you review everything. Cut aggressively. Section 14. Why this builds confidence. Here's something people don't talk about. Money stress isn't just about numbers. It's about feeling out of control. The $100 rule gives you control back. And that confidence, it spills into everything. Investing, career decisions, risk-taking. Section 15. The long-term shifts. Here's the truth most people avoid. Wealth isn't built in one big moment. It's built in thousands of tiny decisions. And the $100 rule is one of those decisions, repeated over and over again, quietly. Section 16. Final story. Imagine two people, same income, same job, same opportunities. One follows the $100 rule, one doesn't. Fast forward 10 years. One has investments, savings, options. The other, still wondering where their money went. Same life, different habits. Conclusion plus call to action. Look, this isn't complicated, but it's not easy either, because it requires awareness, discipline, and consistency. So here's your challenge. Starting today, every purchase over $100, pause, wait, think. Because that one small habit could literally change your financial future. If this helped you even a little, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what's the last $100 plus purchase you regret? Because once you start noticing, you start changing, and that's where everything begins.